Hi, today we wrap up our conspiracy case as we've looked into the life and death of Pope John Paul I, who in 1978, after 33 days in office, passed away suddenly. We've looked at the conspiracies and thoughts that have swirled behind that, books that have been published, insisting there was a conspiracy and a murder, a book that says that didn't happen. That, interestingly enough, was commissioned by the Vatican. But we're looking specifically at life lessons that we can put into our lives based on the Pope's life and the conspiracy around it, and how we can live our life better today because of incidents like this. I gave you 3 in the previous episode. Today is number 4. God's plans are greater than ours. See, a lot of people believed that when he was elected Pope, John Paul I would have initiated major reforms in the church. His death left people asking, why would God allow this? But as always, we're reminded in Isaiah 55 that God's ways are not our ways, his thoughts not our thoughts. His short papacy paved the way for Pope John Paul II, one of the most influential popes in all of history, whose leadership impacted not just the church, but geopolitics and global spiritual thought. Whether that's good, whether that's bad, whether you liked him as a pope, whether you didn't like him as a pope, whether you thought about John Paul II, really doesn't matter. It is safe to say, and it is no conspiracy, that he was very influential in the world then and now. See, sometimes what seems like a tragedy is actually a divine transition, God's plan unfolding in a way that we can't see. 5th, don't be surprised by opposition in high places. If any conspiracy case is true, and many suggest his potential efforts to reform Vatican banking or fight internal corruption threatened powerful interests and got him killed, his death does illustrate a timeless truth. 2 Timothy 3:12 says this, indeed, all who desire to live a godly life in Christ Jesus will be persecuted. Standing for righteousness, especially inside of established, powerful structures, invites resistance. But we're not called to comfort. We're called to have courage. So whether taken by natural cause or by some dark conspiracy, Pope John Paul I's life and death has something to teach us today. His life and death reminds us that integrity, humility, and quiet strength are not always celebrated by the world, but they are treasured by God. So you can decide for yourself whether or not the conspiracy surrounding his death is true. For us, as we close up this conspiracy case, we close it up with the conclusion that there's something that we can learn from this, and there's something that will change our life in the here and now, and change the world around us because of the lessons we've learned. I look forward to joining you next time as we open up yet another conspiracy case.